What's up, nerds? Beau-hindman back with another video today. This time I'm reviewing another Hexa gear. ScareCrow Forest Color version Hexa gear. It's like a portable, I should say. It's like more like a scout thingy, a scout vehicle thingy. It shows it combining with a lot of other Hexa gear kits. Luckily for me, I have a ton of other Hexa gear kits. So let's take a look at what you get here. You get the instruction manual. Of course, it's done in the usual amazing fashion, except for the very large nitpick that there should be just a little more English. They'll include some English sometimes. It's really weird. Sometimes they'll put some English in here, and then sometimes they won't. I'm trying to find a spot where they do. Maybe on the later models they do. I need to check. Side note, if you know me as well, I also collect Rihio, which is a Chinese company that makes a set of toys. Let me show you what this one looks like here. I think you'll get a real kick out of this. Look at that. That is a Rihio, just a little custom thing I threw together real quick. And if you compare it to that, quite a bit of similarity there, you know. I mean, it's not like either one of them I think is copying off. I mean, a car robot is a car robot, but anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool. So it gives you some it gives you some different ways to build it. It's a pretty quick build, pretty easy build, nothing big, but really definitely falls in that category of a kit that you're going to want to combine with other kits. It's neat in the way that this person sits on it, kind of like a motorcycle. The weight is all, I guess they don't weigh much, so the weight would be in the front so it wouldn't tip over, but it seems like that a little bit. But it just has so many neat little cool parts in it that you're definitely going to want to use this to maybe build another custom or whatever. And there's already been some people who built some amazing ones. But basically you get the model kit, you get your typical postcard, which I think these are really fun. They're just like a collectible postcard. I guess it gives you some lore on the back. I can't read that though, so I have no idea. But these are neat. You can almost collect them like a baseball cards or whatever. You get your normal parts list. I guess this is a replacement thing. This is so rare to see. This is something you'd see in old school kits, but I mean, can't you buy individual parts just on the websites themselves? I'm not really sure. And then you get all these extra bits. All these extra bits go into my Hexa gear box. What I do is I'll cut down see how most of this sprue is empty, so I'll cut that chunk out. I'll cut these chunks out, and all this empty stuff I'm keeping in a giant plastic box to see if I can recycle it at one of my local recycling centers. This stuff is notoriously hard to recycle. I don't know why. I need to figure it out. Our local recycle doesn't do it. Oh, I didn't make the gun. Darn it. I'm not a gun person, so I should have made that gun. But anyway, that gun was pretty cool. So those go right into the extra parts box to do some customization. It has these neat little arms that you can see you'd want to use just by itself. By themselves, I should say, just on a build. So you can use these for like a small build. Those would make a great sub arm, like a submarine type thing. It's got this gun, which is a bit obnoxious. It just kind of hangs there, I wish it was kind of, I'd rather see it somewhere else. But if you take away that gun, if you pull it off, you could see that you could put all sorts of neat little stuff there. Maybe another arm or a little carry-all thing, or heck, who knows? Maybe you could put a seat right there instead and have it walk like that, with the person exposed, make it more like a construction bot, which is, as you know, is one of my favorite type of bots. It's got these really cool buzz saws back here, they're a bit obnoxious. I'm guessing that they're used for something somewhere. I'd have to look. I know that you can take them off and you can use them as weapons for the governors. I have my normal governor here that I use for all my demonstrations. Fantastic looking governor, just some of the parts are really loose. I don't know why they're so incredibly loose, but what I'm thinking is I'll take a little rubber cement. If you ever get a part that's pretty loose like that, you take a little rubber cement, you put it on there, you let it dry, and then you plug in, and it just makes it a little bit tighter, like it's got more plastic on it, but it's not a permanent solution, so that's good. You're not gluing it in place as long as you let it dry first. But got my little governor, so what I thought I would do is throw him on here. I'm gonna put his arms out first because, as you can see, they're notorious to fall apart. These governors are pretty pricey. I've got I got three more I've got to build, but I think the details are really incredible, and once you pose them and stuff, they're really nice kits. But oh, look at that! I just can't stand it. I just can't stand how loose those hands are. Maybe I did something wrong, but basically he's gonna sit, or she in the case of the other governor that I'm building. Which one is that one? The bunny one? Building that one for viewing this next week or so. How can I not get that? Is it done wrong? Sorry, my bad. I'm trying to just get his head on. Let's just see if we can get him in place and just to see what he looks like. All right, so he basically goes here and mounts up there, and then as you can see. I'm not a fan of the exposed kind of, I know it's like a scout vehicle, but if I was to make this with such an obvious exposed area, I wouldn't make it a combat vehicle at all. I'd take off the gun, I'd replace that with another type of tool, and you know, make it more of an industrial type thing. Maybe these are used for cutting apart logs or getting through brush or whatever. I have no idea what these do here, just little pieces of armor, I guess. But as you can see, there's just a really cool vehicle just for the extra parts. If you take this apart, you can see that could be a good center point. As usual, the Hexagear parts have fantastic details in them. This is the individual part that he rides on. And while it's a bit obnoxious, you could really use this on all sorts of other stuff. It's just got a basic mounting point right there, but you could probably use that for all sorts of stuff. They're really good about giving you like ways to mount, you know, the governors on it. I wish they would though give, now granted, some of these are meant for painting, some of these Hexagear kits, or they want you to paint it, they're cool if you paint it, but I wish they would go ahead and provide some little stickers to just do a little bit of a screen effect or whatever. Granted, you could paint that or whatever. And I do have a million stickers in my sticker box that I could probably use. But if you look at that part just by itself, minus the top, you can already see how neat that would be. I just think they're neat. How cool that would be just to have that almost as a bot in itself. You could put a little head there. You could build up the body a bit more. And that looks cool just as it is. The arms are a little bit spindly, but maybe you can make it like a search and rescue bot or something. So as usual with Hexagear, what's interesting or fun about it is that you are, you know, your imagination kind of goes wild with these things, and you're able to build whatever. No disappointment there. It's kind of same as usual. You know, you get all these cool parts. Let me see if I can get that back together. See how it gets back together pretty easy. These things, I'm not sure what these are, but they're kind of like eye units, I guess. There's some in the center as well that I'm wondering if I missed putting parts in there. Let's take a look, because those definitely look like something that would have an eyeball inside, doesn't it? Like a little piece of, yeah, look, there's a little red, that's what I forgot to do. You see that little red dot there? Duh. So what I should have done is taken these little guys here, sorry, hit the camera, and those little guys should have gone right there. So imagine those there. Those are actually be really cool. Hexagear is good about kind of providing that extra little bit of stuff there. So that's the ScareCrow. Just a quick overview of the ScareCrow in case you wanted to see what it looks like. I'm probably not going to mount a governor on it, to be honest. In fact, my favorite way to do this, I'll be honest, is to take this off. So let's set that down. And they make it so easy to disassemble. That's one thing that sometimes Hexagear, you go, man, this stuff is really goofy looking. What is it doing? But then you go, hey, actually, that's really cool how easy they made it to disassemble. Let me see. Doesn't this pop right out here? Here we go. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to pop this out. Sorry, I'm doing this in the camera here. Looking through the camera, I should say. Pop that back on. Like so. Da-da-da! And so I'm going to probably keep it like that. Mount it up like that. Get it in a cool position, you know, and keep it like that. You don't have this entire thing hanging off the back if you're not going to mount a Hexagear, or I'm sorry, a governor on it. But then you've got this cool looking bot that'll sit on your shelf. Pretty neat. So having said that, let's see what it looks like on the shelf. Let me go find a spot. So I decided to put it up here. This is my Hexagear shelf, what will be my Hexagear shelf. As you can see, they're all moving over here. This is just extra stuff. I've got this cool Digimon guy. I really love that toy. It's about 60 bucks. Got an old Iron Giant from the early aughts. I got this Doom guy, which, you know, I did a little quick review of him, just a silent review. And then I've got my my Joy Toy mechs, which I have another one. I'm going to start collecting these guys, and those are going to be expensive, so I've got to collect them slowly. I'll do it over, you know, one a month or something like that. I've got a second one I'm filming a review for that. So there is the ScareCrow. I don't know. I'll have to see how he looks. This guy's kind of temporarily here. He's got to get the governor back in it. I'll just set the ScareCrow, actually put it up front a little bit there. Looks good on the shelf. That's what it looks like next to a 1/25th Joy Toy Mix. So it gives you an idea on size. So not bad at all. Cool kit, but as with the Steel Rain in the back, to me, it just screams customization. Like it is a kit meant for parts in a way. No insult to the kit. It's a fun kit with the little, you know, the guy mounted on the back and he's running around the forest or whatever, scout unit. But that is a kit meant for parts and customization, and I can't wait to build more on that. So enjoy, everybody. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.